All right, hello and welcome to the midweek market update. My name is Alex. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, looks like we hit our target area for the bounce, yesterday, and we're pulling back here. On slightly, lower volume, but yes, which is kind of negative if you get this much of a spread on that type of volume. So they really sold this day here, and it makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, this is the gap from this close right here. This was a really bad day. It was, I think, down what, or the SPY at the lows was down 3% on that day, so 1%. These guys are going to sell it again. A similar thing happened, on this candle right here. You can always see it, right? So whenever you have a really brutal candle, they're going to sell it again, right? They sold it pre right here. This one right here, at the same spot. This one right here, same spot. This one right here, pretty much same spot. I think you can see it a little bit better on the QQQ, but that's just to explain the concept. When you run into a previous big bar, they're going to sell that. So today is actually, there's a lot of things down a lot, but if I'm just looking at the candle and comparing it to here, it's a little bit stronger. It's an improvement. So we'll see where it goes. But now if you talk about our analog, we were hoping for a 5% bounce, and this bounce was only about 3%. So I looked back at the other times that it did 3% bounces. Let's go back here. 3% bounce. Yeah, because like here in 2022, this was a much, like 6% bounce. So maybe it's not a 2022 thing. We're losing that analog a little bit. I would need to use a different software to go back a little bit farther. I'll see if I can get that happening. So let's go into the market monitor and see what it has to say. All right, so first thing off the bat of what I'm seeing, stage 4 didn't pick up. Actually, there's more stocks in stage 2, which is pretty interesting. That could probably change tomorrow, but we're back below the 21-day, and the put-call ratios notably picked up. 218 lower lows. That's the most lower lows we've seen. So that's an improvement on the bearishness. Okay? But less stocks in this bearish combo. Interesting. And we have 59 stocks making 5% moves. Okay. So that's interesting. Yeah, so I was going to make a video yesterday to maybe warn people, but this STMU kind of predicted this this day today, because it started to pull back. Once you see the run up and the first day that it pulls back, it's the rally's over. And then today we had a lot of stocks and TD sell. So that's interesting. Yeah, everything else is the same. Long-term bearish picture, still intact. Some things I could show you. I can just move this screen up here on the ES, or maybe, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, let me see here. I can't. Okay, here we go. So let's see here. Do the ES. Why don't we move it up here? Okay. All right, here we go. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let's move it back. So we were talking about that 3% bounce on the S&P 500. And if we go back and look at 2018 right here, this is what a 3% bounce looks like. Let me move this so that you can see. Here it is. Okay. From right here to here, that's your 3% bounce. Okay. You can see it there. Okay. And then if we move it over here, same thing. Right here to up here, that's a 3% bounce. So every time we get these 3% bounces off the 252-day moving average, the yearly moving average, you know, things don't really resolve all that well. If we go back a little bit further, let's say 2015, 2016. Yeah, these things all, they kind of broke through them. Let's see here, where was it? Yeah, this was just a V. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, now that's like pretty much the analog, unless we go back to, you know, like 2008. I was going to go back to 2008 with you guys, or even here. This looks a little familiar, but this one was bullish because the bull market was just getting started. That's a 10% bounce. Right here, you know, decent couple day bounce, 5%. So, you know, 3% bounces off of this average, you know, things go sideways for a little while. That's all I wanted to show you. Oh, last thing before I remember. Yeah, the SMH, it's not looking too hot. You know, we have our little head, shoulders, knees and toes, right? It's very similar to this. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. That's all. That's all I got. So yeah, thanks for joining, and hope you have a great rest of your week.